Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. So, as I go on this path, thinking about trying to practice what Bruno Greoning taught, it came to me today very strongly that there's really kind of three ways of looking at the. There's more than three ways of looking at the world, but there's a couple primary ways of looking at the world. One of them is to believe that there's not a higher power. Many people do. There are many people on this planet who don't believe in any kind of God or higher power. And then there are a lot of people who do. And amongst those who believe in a higher power, who believe in God, what I've come to realize is that there's kind of two ways of thinking in every situation. And one of them involves God and one of them doesn't involve God. But more importantly, one of them involves trusting God, trusting that, as Bruno Greoning said, Satan is mighty, God is almighty. Said another way, fundamentally, that everything is going to be all right. Bruno Greoning, I'll have to paraphrase it here, but Bruno Greoning said, in essence, no matter what nasty form Satan rears its ugly head, let us not give up our faith that the good will prevail. I understand that to mean that no matter what's going on, no matter how bad things get, whether it be in our personal lives or in the world as a whole, to not lose our faith that the good will prevail. This, of course, doesn't deny that bad things happen. This doesn't deny that things can be challenging, painful, sometimes agonizing. The life here on this earth is not always easy or simple. Yet Bruno Greoning called us to kind of an absolute faith, to the faith that everything will be all right. Said another way, in really simple language, that the good will prevail. And I can't think of no better time in history, much less whatever we're all going through individually, but what we're going through collectively, what the human race is going through right now, to really take to heart that the good will prevail. So if you haven't already, let's spend if you haven't already begun, let's spend a little time beginning to tune in, to take in healing life energy, to take in the energy of the divine, which can help us to practice, help us to trust. In very simple, again, in a very simple way of looking at it, to fill us up with good energy so that we can face trials and tribulations, so that we can have sort of the energy to be aware of negative thinking and to not take it to heart. The way to take in this energy is very simple. Please sit with your legs uncrossed, feet flat on the floor, hands on your legs, palms facing upwards. Back in an upright position, if possible, not leaning against your chair, just in a nice, relaxed, upright position. And then please close your eyes. Really determine, really decide that you don't want to have anything in common with evil anymore. And then ask to receive the good. Ask to be showered in divine healing life energy and observe your body. Noticing what you feel. Opening to trusting or deepening your trust that everything will be okay. And of course, this idea that the good will prevail is not a denial that there's quite a bit of evil in this world. As I try and live Bruno Greoning's teachings over and over, what I notice is finding this balance of not denying the power of evil. And to do that, Bruno Greoning said that he called that playing with evil, not taking evil seriously. Balancing that out with not denying the power of God. And very specifically, not denying that God is, as he said, almighty. So not denying the power of evil, but not denying the all power or the almightiness of the divine. Finding that balance between, as Bruno Greoning said, that evil, being mindful that evil is constantly trying to pull us off the divine path, and trusting in God, trusting that everything will be okay. He spoke of life as a game. He spoke of the two primary players in this game, good and evil. And so it seems to me that in this game, the fundamental rules are being mindful of evil, but also being mindful which of the two is stronger and which of the two is going to prevail and win. Bruno spoke about staying in the divine heavenly peace under all circumstances. I can't say that I've mastered this. I sure am striving towards it. I sure do want it. And what I notice is that what pulls me out is when things don't go well or don't go the way I want them to, and I don't stay connected to God through faith. He spoke of life in such simple, direct terms that our soul was like a receiving device for this divine energy. And then when we take in a negative thought, that the soul literally shuts itself off because the soul, he said, is pure. That's where God lives and can have nothing to do with evil. So when we take in a negative thought, then we lose our connection to God. I didn't say have a negative thought. It's when we say yes to a negative thought. Thoughts appear all day long, and it's our task in this game. It's our task in this game to determine which ones to say yes to. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in. Thanks for saying hi, Jisoo. So Bruno Greoning said many, many things, and I really believe this is the essence of it. Cultivating and practicing complete faith, complete trust in the divine. Thanks so much for joining in. I wish you all a beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening. Take care. Much love.